Tonight we have team coverage of Festival International Festival Friday all across the festival grounds located in downtown Lafayette. Storm Track 15 Chief Meteorologist Dan Romano brings us our festival forecast. News 15's Taylor Trichet and Lauren Ailes join us in a bit with a look at tonight's music lineup. But first, let's check in with News 15's Jim Hummel and Marcel Fontenot, who are live with a look at this melting pot of food and culture all wrapped in one here at the festival. Guys?
Hey Jeff, and good evening everyone. Welcome to the Friday night of Festival. Okay, we had about 15 minutes to walk, what, 20 yards?
We failed.
Yeah, we didn't make it. We made it a few yards away.
We did.
Everybody's down here having such a great time. It's the best night of the year here.
So I don't know if you've noticed, like, my head's bobbing. That's because the music is filling the air. You know, we talk often about the big stages here at the festival, but if you move right and you know where to go, you can find some smaller stages throughout downtown as well. The crowd's smaller, the band's just as good.
Even just walking Jefferson Street, if you saw at the top of the show, we had some performers join us for our live hit there, and I think we found the wind tunnel of Festival Friday. Dan did warn us it was windy. We'll check in with him in just a little bit.
And you know, this party in downtown Lafayette started back in 1987 when Lafayette was dealing with some really hard times with the oil bust, and it has grown and grown and grown. It was centered around culture in 87 and a good time and music and doing what we do here in South Louisiana, and that has not changed one bit.
No, not at all. And you know, post-COVID too, I think that message sort of resonated with a lot of people when they started the party back up. Again, everybody was just so excited, coming off of something really difficult, and everybody sort of gathering together, unifying around one common thing, and that is downtown Lafayette, Festival International, and just coming out and having an absolute great time.
Listen, grab your lawn chairs, get your wristbands. They are asking that you leave your pets at home. It's a lot happening, and sometimes your dogs can, you know, get kind of a little stir crazy in the midst.
Taylor and Lauren were sort of swooning over some wiener dogs that were over there, but I was like, oh, I almost stepped on that dog actually. So yeah, best to leave the pets at home. Come on out, get your wristbands, buy your pin as well. We're going to get yours coming up.
We'll make it there at some point.
Buying your pin, $10. It keeps Festival free year after year. And we've seen people rocking out with all of their pins from year after year. One guy had a hat full of pins, which is pretty cool.
And you know, I will say it's very humbling for us to be back out in the streets of Lafayette for Festival this year. So many people coming over and saying hello, telling us they've made the switch.
Love to hear that.
Yes, we love to hear that. Thank you for embracing us in Acadiana at Festival International. And that's what it's all about, spreading the love and having a good time.
Yeah, a lot of good times. But again, we did find, I guess, the little bit of the wind tunnel here in downtown Lafayette. Storm Track 15 Chief Meteorologist Doppler Dan Romano did warn us it was going to be a little windy.
And he was absolutely right. Dan is standing by downtown as well. Everybody's down here practically. You know, Jeff's coming later. Don't worry, we didn't leave Jeff out. Hey, Dan, the wind's here, but it's a nice wind.
It does. It feels good.
Yeah, it's definitely a beautiful Friday across Acadiana, including here at Festival International. We're again at one of the open markets, number of tents set up here. You can definitely see how the winds are impacting some of the tents. We are seeing the cloth being ruffled as those winds ramp up across Acadiana. It's also very warm, and I want to give a big shout out to Jim Palmer. He loved the weather so much, he actually gave me an opportunity, gave me a drink. He's like, hey, you know what, the weather's that nice, I'm going to follow through on that bet you gave. Hey, but you know what, as far as the winds go, you know, it's a windy Friday across Acadiana. Obviously, we're looking at the winds ramping up even more so tomorrow.